Should you quit your job? Probably. All right, I want you to imagine that you're driving your car back to your house and you're in rush hour traffic and the person in front of you is going really slow and you're honking your horn at them and they don't even acknowledge you. It's fucking annoying. And then another car comes speeding into your lane and cuts in front of you and doesn't even wave. How do you feel in that moment? A little angry, a little annoyed, a little frustrated, a little stressed? Probably. And then eventually you get home and you see your girlfriend and she says something to you that's a little bit of a nag, not a bit, just a little bit, like, hey, can you hang your shirt up or some shit like that? And then what do? You just fucking, you unleash on her all the anger and stress that you felt from the car, the guy who flicked you off, the guy who cut you off, all that shit. You just pour it on her and she probably doesn't even deserve it. It's called a heat transfer. Heat was built up in the car, and even though it came from someone else and it probably should have gone back to them, you just transferred it over to the wrong person, hurting someone that you care about. Now, if you're at a job right now and you go to the job and it makes you feel fucking crazy, it makes you feel fucking stressed, it makes you feel like you're dead inside, like you're wasting your life. And then you go home after that, and then you see your family and you see your friends after that. It's not a heat transfer because maybe the anger isn't boiling inside. It's more like a deadness inside. It's a dead transfer. You feel dead at your work. You feel dead in your purpose. You feel dead in what you're doing. You feel confused and lost in your life, that dead inside. And then you go and you transfer that to your friends and your family. All right, we are always sharing our energy with others, even if we can't touch it. It's not tangible. It's always happening. So if you're stuck at a job right now, you're doing some shit that you don't want to be doing that makes you feel dead inside. It's not just you that's suffering. Everyone around you is suffering as a result of your inability to step the fuck up and do what you want to do. I hope that hits you in the gut. I want it to. I want you to do more. I want you to do what you want. I want you to do what you want, when you want, with who you want. And I want you to have the money and the freedom and the business to fuel all of those things. I wouldn't be saying this to anyone, but I know if you're here, you have what it takes to start your own business, to have your own hustle, to do your own shit. You don't need to rely on some fucking handout from some spineless organization or some faceless corporate world to fuel your life, to treat you like their hamster slave. You don't need that. All right, you don't. I'll tell you something. All right, the first job I ever had was working at a smoothie stand. I was, I think, 17 years old, and it was at a fitness club, gym, or whatever, and it was like the smoothie stand. People came to get drinks and stuff or bagels after they worked out, and it was my job to do it. And people would come and say, hey, I want a Diet Coke, I want a green smoothie, I want a bagel, can you toast it and put cream cheese on it for me? And I was that guy at doing that shit. And I did it for a few weeks, and I fucking hated it. The guy who was in charge of me, I thought he was a fucking tool and an idiot. The people who wanted stuff from me, they would order like a Coke, and I'd be like, you just fucking worked out. In my mind, I'm like, you just fucking worked out. Why the fuck are you drinking Coke? Do you know how much sugar is in that shit? Like, and yet I work for you somehow? What the fuck? I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this with my life. Like, absolutely no fucking way. I would rather be broke down there on the beach doing nothing than to work at this shit. Never, not a chance. But then I also thought, because that was my first job, well, my parents have jobs. Their friends have jobs. I know lots of people with jobs. Is this what all of you do? You all spend your time, like 8 hours a day at least, doing shit you don't like for people you don't respect, for some organization that doesn't feed your soul or purpose at all, for a fucking paycheck? And all of you, you're all doing this? What is wrong with you people? This is how I thought. I've always thought this way. Okay, this is like my truth. And I was like, how? Like, how do you do that? Actually, don't answer that question. I don't give a fuck how. A lion doesn't really care for the opinion or the language of sheep. I'm just not gonna do it. It's not gonna be for me. So I quit that smoothie job and I took the skill that I had, which was playing basketball, and I started training middle school and high school basketball players, and I started getting paid $15 an hour, which was more than I got at the smoothie stand, and at least I got to do shit I like. Playing basketball, sweating in the gym, shooting around, fucking around, helping people get better. I've been coaching for a long time now. That was when I first got started. In fact, I first got started coaching, I was 15, and then I actually decided to like really do it when I was 17. It was way better. The key there for you though is skills. I had a skill of basketball, so I could then monetize that skill. I've always gotten a skill and then I monetize it. This is what I've always done. Now, at your point in your life, if you're in that job, if you feel dead inside and you're making everyone else feel dead inside, you're not bringing the real you. Like, listen, we want the real you. We want the passionate you. We want the dominant you. We want the unstoppable you. That's what I fucking want from you, because that's what I'm bringing to the fucking table. You can see it in my eyes. You can hear it in my voice. This is what I do. But you might not be able to quit your job right now. You might have bills to pay, right? Shackles. What are you gonna do? Here's my recommendation, okay? My full out prescription. 2 choices. This is like, write this down, okay? 1, get 6 months of your life saved, whatever your car and food and rent and taxes, whatever that is per month, get 6 months of that saved away, and then you quit your job, and then you got 6 months now of freedom to do everything in your power for all 24 hours a day to make money on your own. 6 months, and then start your business, do what you gotta do. Second option is, if you have a current job, well, you know, you work from 9 to 5, what are you doing from like 7 to 11 every night, or from 6 to 8 in the morning like work on your side hustle at the other time. Those are like your 2 options. What I don't recommend is just, if you got bills and shit, just quitting your job and trying to like make it work. That's not the best way. Like, I would say, work on this. I would, if I was in your position, I wouldn't want to wait 6 months to save up 6 months. I wouldn't want to do it. What I would do is I would start working on the side hustle. And I'd be doing it all the time. Every free hour, every minute I had, I'd be working on my side hustle. And the minute that side hustle was giving me at least 50% of my current income at my job, I would quit the job and then go all in the side hustle within a couple months. It would replace my entire current income. And then pretty soon after that, it would be much, 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 much bigger. How do you monetize though? How do you start a business? Like, I don't think you need to start a business. I think starting a business at the beginning is stupid. I think it's much better to be a freelancer at the start, learn business, get paid money, and then decide what you want to do, right? A freelancer could be an email income expert. It could be a high ticket closer. It could be a consultant. It could be a coach. It could be all kinds of things. People pay you for your time, right? You develop high income skills, and people pay you for those skills on an hourly basis. So you're still trading time for money, but it's hours for dollars, but it's hours for high dollars, right? And in my opinion, as you know, there is no high income skill that I think will be more profitable, is more fun, is more exciting, is more badass, and is more scalable than copywriting. All right, and you've heard me talk about it, and you will continue to hear me talk about it. I will beat it into your fucking head until you make a decision. Either you're right, Jason, I'm gonna become a 7-figure copywriter, because that sounds fun, or you're like, nope, Jason, I love you, but copywriting's not for me. I don't care, I'm just gonna keep hammering it until you make a fucking decision on that one, all right? I think copywriting's the best thing, because you could get good at copywriting. You go on Upwork, you go on all these different places, you start getting copywriting gigs, you get paid 50 bucks an hour, 100 bucks an hour. You can start making real money on a side hustle real quick with copywriting, because everyone needs copywriters. Whole internet is based on copywriting. And then you can replace that current job real quick, and stop transferring deadness to all the world around you. Stop giving a heat transfer to everyone around you. Start doing what you want to do. So should you quit your job? Probably. I'm Jason Capital. You're a badass. I'll see you soon. Peace.